football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. So the UCLA Bruins will have some work to do after that short return. The battle for Los Angeles, 2 spectacular uniforms, awesome backdrop, and the battle for the victory bell, guys.
I was going to say, Reese, aesthetically, this is one of my favorite games of the year. I love when both schools wear their home unis, and they're traditional. They haven't changed very much over the years. This game's just fun to watch in every sense of the word.
Fun for the fans, too, because they don't have to go anywhere. And you know what else is always cool? You tune in this game late in the season. What do you get? Great weather, too. I mean, it makes me jealous every year watching this football game.
After the misconnection, it's second down. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for him.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Trojans offense has its first opportunity of the day. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more human and not as much of a game breaker at the quarterback spot. Get some pressure on him, hit him a few times.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he can't hurt you if he's laying on his back, and this defensive end can put him there often.
Right, how about this offense? You think of this offense, you think of throwing the football and top 10 passing in all of college football, but the defense knew something, right? Like you could tell they were going to come out and run the football. They brought out the goal line, brought in some big boys, and really was ready for the run on that play.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Makes the catch past the sticks. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Caught near the sideline, it's Shaw. The Trojans dominated this matchup last year and took home the victory bell in a blowout.
Yeah, and they were just having fun during that blowout of their cross-city rival last year. David, you could just see it on the faces of the Trojan players having fun pummeling UCLA last season.
Yeah, and I can tell you what, as a player in rivalry games, you also don't remember how much fun they had. All the celebrations, you remember all of that every day of the year, and you're coming back and you're trying to change that and do a little celebrating yourself.
Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field.
You know, this is a running back who wants the ball, and he wants the offense to run through him. Really nice job there in the third down of this opening drive for his offense. I can't wait to see what kind of game this guy's going to have.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's looking to throw. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. You have to wonder what the defense was thinking there. I mean, he just gashed them all by himself.
Boy, you think quarterback runs sometimes, but you can't think about it all the time. You got misdirection. There's so many things to look at. The quarterback can throw it, but when you got an athlete behind center that can do that, it's just frustrating. Too many things to try to stop.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Handoff to the single running back. Hits that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? To throw, it's Duggan. Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the play on third down. And the Bruins decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Bob.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on.
Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Now on the option. Now the pitch. A solid run there to create a little space. He's marked down at the 15. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. The Bruins will punt this one away. And as I saw that screen start to develop, I thought, big play coming. I just didn't realize it would be for the defense.
Yeah, they got in there quick, and the quarterback's supposed to see that, right? He's supposed to let him come upfield, buy a little bit of time, but then he's got to get rid of it, get it to his playmaker. The offense did not do their end of the bargain. The quarterback got sacked.
A great spot to start this drive for the offense. Takes the handoff. It's all. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. This crosstown rivalry dates back nearly 100 years, guys. The first meeting between the Trojans and the Bruins back in 1929.
Yeah, and every year since, you know, one thing you know, Jesse, is the uniforms are crisp. They are clean. They are so sweet. You know this game means a lot late in the season every year.
This is definitely my favorite uniform game of the year, every year in college football, right? Both USC and UCLA with the home unis here in this great environment. But the game also means so much as well, and that's why there's this heightened sense of electricity and energy every time these two teams play.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. A run to the right. Staying physical in the red zone as he's pulled down after picking up 3 balls at the 14. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go right back to him. Not a lot of daylight there. Let's give him 1 to the 14. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's right on target. Touchdown, USC! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
They'll run it from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. He'll pull it on the read. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Now, 4th down. Number 14 in punt formation to kick it away.
He'll bring it back. It's Duarte. Bottled him up. Not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First down to start the drive after the break. He's looking to throw it. Got a man. It's Schaefer. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Line gets set. First down. He wants to throw it. He's going to take off. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Coming after it. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. The victory bell's not some manufactured, concocted trophy, guys. This thing actually used to be on a train.
That is so cool. And the origins of the story of all these rivalries and the trophies, Jesse, it's so cool. It's fun to find out about. And these guys out here are learning on the job about it.
Yeah, it's just really such a point of pride, the victory bell. Not just here in the city of Los Angeles, but to these kids, there's just a different energy in this game.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think about it.
Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hold, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, though.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. It's complete on the right side. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Got out of trouble and throws. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. And the Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. They go to the ground. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
Yeah, the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
The inside handoff. They make the stop, but he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Duggan. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bruins! After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
One of the big risks about being in an empty set is that you don't have tight ends or running backs helping you out in pass protection. And that time the quarterback got hit right before he let it go, and that's why that ball fell incomplete.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got his man quickly. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
And the Trojans look to keep this drive humming. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Now 2nd and 10. Back to the air one more time. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Get a pass rush like that, and the Bruin faithful will give you an 8-clap and a heartbeat.
They'll get jacked up. They'll get excited. I mean, you think about the defense. You got to get those guys up front. You want to dominate college football. You want to be in the mix. Find those big defensive linemen.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The Trojans line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure.
Nothing but green ahead. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He's got his man. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking downfield, it's Duggan. Quickly out to the tight end. Continues to fight for yards. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. When you face a blitz on 3rd and 1, there's a chance for a big play, but they didn't get rid of the football.
No, and you blitz because you're thinking, I got to stop the run. I got to make sure they don't get 1 yard. And the offense tries to sneak it in there, be a little bit tricky. The defense has none of it. Gets a huge stop on 3rd down.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap.
Fires one high and deep. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. And the Trojans will line it up on 1st and 10. Discards a man. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not a really huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him. And just, you know what? Let his talent.
Touchdown, Trojans! And they take it in for 6 more points.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Dropping back, it's Duggan. Gets it out fast. At the 45 on his way. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. New set of downs after that completion. He's going to pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
On second down, he'll let it fly. quickly complete. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. And you just don't expect your junior quarterback to get fooled and to throw it into double coverage like that. The Bruins will call on their punt team. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Trying to start the drive with a pass. He lets it fly. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He'll take another shot here. Brings it down on the right side. They make the stop, but man, oh man, did he almost get a score on the final play of the half. A big game. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Bruins will kick it away to start the 2nd half.
Number 14, set to kick this one away.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Trojans.
Touchdown.
The Bruins stretch out that lead, and they look like a team ready to ring the victory bell.
I think momentum's a real thing. UCLA and USC play each other, but that Bruins touchdown here in the 2nd half, it's giving them a lot of life, David.
Yeah, and it's getting them excited, the fans excited. They know what this rivalry means. They know what a win will mean, and they know they can ring that victory bell.
They're lining up to kick it off, full of momentum after housing that last kickoff. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. UCLA will go back to work on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
They'll run play action. He's got the tight end. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Off play action on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. A strike downfield. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, UCLA. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. First down here for the offense. Here's the give off the left side. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on first down. They move the tight end all over. They want to run it left here.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. With the catch, it's Schaefer. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Sweet cut there. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. To the ground to try to move the chains. And the Trojans get the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. To the ground. He's got it again. Hard running there. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They're bringing heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback. Man, he was back there and in the quarterback's face before the Bruin faithful could finish an 8-play.
I mean, just getting off the ball so quick, penetrating. When you got defensive linemen that can get upfield, rush the quarterback, every Bruins fan will be jacked up.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And that one's incomplete.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a 2nd time. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Here's the handoff. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31.
You start day 1 of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a 1st down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Off play action. Firing to the right, complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
35, UCLA, 17.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. That's caught. It's Schaefer. Still on his feet at the 45. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Going to try to get it himself. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Offense gets set for 2nd down. From the gun, the ground game. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
I know the passing game sells, and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
And that's good enough for a 1st down.
As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Give to the running back. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Ball's at the 25. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the back. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. The Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. And the Trojans trying to cash it in on... Flushed out of the pocket. Touchdown, Southern Cal! And the beatdown has ensued. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the 4th quarter and close in on 11 straight victories. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Buys a little time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's complete to the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Late hit on the quarterback gives this offense a free first down and some yardage. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Wants to throw on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fires the pass, intercepted. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Offense set on first down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
From the gun, the running back has it. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day. Dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off, especially when you're winning the ball game.
In situations like this, offensively, when you got the lead in the fourth quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it from the red zone. Using the quick game. Touchdown USC! And the stomping has commenced. You can see it on the sideline. They built a comfortable fourth quarter lead, and they know they're going to go 11-0. USC stretches out that lead, and not too far in the distance, they're starting to imagine the tones of the victory bell.
And USC has so much tradition, so much history, but they start every season. Jesse, they want this one. They want to make sure they beat their rival in LA.
Yeah, you can tell, too. Talking to them before this game, they knew how important it was going to be to play well in the second half. They had to have energy. They had to execute, and right now they're getting ready to chant "Fight On" at the end of this game.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good game. After that last completion, it's second down. Scanning the field, it's Duggan. Quickly to the tight end. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. He wants to throw it again. And they got him for the sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throwing.
Got a lot of running room. Inside the 30. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. He got it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the first down is? He smells it. He goes in.
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. It won't matter much in the outcome, but a little extra stat padding is nice. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and you keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
Coming out with it, it's Duarte. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right?
Lost one deep down the right side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. Even in the 4th.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And go.